G'day, and welcome to reading the International Colour-Coded Working Diagram. This is number 3 of the series. The International Colour Code is used to make coloured working diagrams that can be read no matter what language you use. I have printed out enlarged views of the pattern and the colour-coded working diagrams. Red means whole stitch, purple means cloth stitch, and green means half stitch. Red is whole stitch, so cross, twist, cross, twist. Purple is cloth stitch, so cross, twist, cross. And green is half stitch, so again we work cross and twist. To read this stitch here, it is cross, twist, pin, cross, twist. To read the spider, the legs and body are in cloth stitch. Cross, twist, cross, pin, cross, twist, cross. This outside edge is red, so that is worked in cross, twist, cross, twist, and an extra pin twist is added to the outside. On the straight foot side, shown here in red, we will add 2 twists in these positions. Now we will look at the pattern itself. The pair that comes down this line here will come out around the pin and with 2 twists here and back into the work along this line. The pair that comes out along this line comes out around and back in along this line. The next pair comes out around the pin and back into the work. You can see at all times we come out and around the pin. Now let's look at where the threads will go. I am going to use 2 colours in this work. Green is the fans and red everywhere else. Now I'll be using a green pen to mark the paths of the fan workers and the edge pairs. Starting from this point, the workers go like this. The second pair is the outside edge pair. This edge needs to be strong, so we are going to be working it in whole stitch, pin, whole stitch. Each of these points will require a second pin twist. That is so that the threads do not separate when we remove the pins. These 2 pairs are going to be worked with the green thread. The remainder will be worked with the red thread. Starting with a pair that will run through here, like this. Above that pair we will have the gap twists on the working pair. This then becomes a dividing line between the cloth stitch base and the whole stitch edge. That is 2 green and 1 red pair starting here, a total of 3 pairs. 1 pair here will go from there to there, down here, around and back up. 1 pair from this pinhole, across, down, around, out through, and you can see where it goes. This pair goes through the fan, down and through the spider, before back up and through the next fan into the next spider. At this pin, we are not going up the line, but down towards the foot side, around and up, back into the spider. This pair goes across from here, up through the fan, down, back to the foot side. We have now filled in the fan section and we are starting in on the spider. The next pair goes through the spider, out and around the foot side and back in. This pair goes through the spider, down and around the foot side and back into the lace. The next pair runs up the side of the spider, across to the fan's pivot point before going down into the foot side and back into the lace. Next we have the passive pair that runs straight down along the foot side. We have 1 last pair to be added here. It is going to run from here, up through the fan and down. Adding the number of pairs gives us a total of 13 pairs. In this case, there are 2 pairs of green and 11 pairs of red. Now let's look at the colour-coded working diagram I have drawn up for this pattern. I have made decisions about what type of fan, what type of spider I am using, the ground and the foot side. All of these things can be changed by you. Here I have used a half-stitch fan with a whole stitch edge and a gimp between the fan and spider and a winking pin foot side. This working diagram is included in the download.